We are still, I don't even know if we can call ourselves the Millie Goats after what just happened this weekend. We blew the Masters. We absolutely blew the Masters. There's no way to say it.
I'll say this. If anybody has known us at all in the last, let's say 20 years, they know that we are openers and we're not closers.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
If this lineup and this, whatever it was this weekend that happened to us embodied what we are.
Mm-hmm.
We open strong. We're great middlemen.
Good relievers.
When it's time to close,
I thought when we brought BMO with the logo, I thought that would change the luck.
Yeah.
When we brought BMO on, I was like, all right, we got somebody who's see, there it is. See? He's already on there. Okay, nope, you can't be the first, BMO. Edge 52, Edge 23. I don't know if that's a nod to text. First in the chat, go ahead and read it off, AK. There you go, Edge here, since we called him out on his Clemson fraudulence, he's really been after us. And so now he's having a
Clemson Memorial Day party. Can't wait to attend.
You can't wear orange though. We've already decided that.
Orange doesn't look great on me anyway because my hair's orange.
That's true, but Clemson has lost their orange more times than I can count on one hand. And BMO, there he is, right on cue. We said that, dude. We thought we brought you on, and that would solidify all of our loose ends, but we're still searching. It is episode 122, April 14th, 2024. It is National Dolphins Day, and I was reading some stats about Dolphins that blew my mind. My mind. Also, I think I figured out how we can get big, like really take this thing to the next level.
Like swole?
Kind of. As a show, I think we're obligated to cut our hair during the show.
No.
Yes.
No, you already owe us this.
No.
You're just trying to get everybody else on board now.
We all need to get barber chairs, like LeBron James and Tom Brady. They all go on these shows where, hey, we're just hanging out, cutting hair, sitting in a barber's chair. Oh, here's a cool question. Would you come back to the NFL? You know what I mean? Like, look, we're just like you guys.
Well, we're not Pat McAfee. We're not going to steal an idea from people.
Exactly. That's part of the joke.
But also, underrated movie of all time, Barbershop.
True. Till they did
Cedric the Entertainer is hilarious in there.
That's controversial. Bear with the machine guns here. Bear with the machine gun. Everything's safe. We're sad. I need everybody to lift us up right now because what just unfolded at the Masters, I don't even know if I want to get to it. It was so, again, we play DraftKings. You've been listening this long. You know that we play DraftKings, and we are trying to win $1 million. And for the first time in probably a year since we've been doing the show, we had a legitimate shot for all of us to really, really, really win some serious quiche. Okay. And I went into today in the top 80. And I'm sitting here thinking, I know there's going to be low rounds. Please let it be my guys. I've done everything I can. I did all the prep work. We all talked each other up. We had a good team meeting on the text message. We were throwing it back and forth. And what in the world happens today, which we will discuss in length here shortly, was absolutely pathetic. I am sad. I'm a broken man. So there's not much. I don't know if there's any positive in the golf segment this time. I mean, I did get my money back, which I should be happy about.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm not satisfied.
Mine. I doubled the money I put in.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm happy about that. But I was let down that I got about half of what I was getting yesterday.
I got thousands less than what I was getting yesterday.
Yeah, well, yours is a different scale than mine.
Thousands. My wife's like, what happened? I'm like, I don't really even want to talk about it, honestly. Which is why I think when I got the second notification on the second double bogey from Lucas Glover on the second par 5, I was like, this is over. Here's Tyrrell Hatton flying up the leaderboard, didn't play him. Tommy Fleetwood flying up the leaderboard, didn't play him. Hosegaard, bogey, birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey, birdie, every other hole. He's got like 73 birdies. And I picked all the guys who just played even par and bogeyed the entire tournament. And then we'll get a birdie here and there to get him back to even. It was where was the Cam Young who's supposed to be cold-blooded in Sundays and majors and all that stuff? Where was that guy?
Dude, he's not there. He's not there.
I mean, I got to watch Ludwig Oberg or whatever is. No offense to the guy. He was electric out there. I don't know how much calories the guy ate during the actual round of the Masters, but he was chomping on everything. He's high-fiving the crowd. I'm like, why didn't I pick that guy to root for?
Well, I mean, I can wait on it, but I have a little story.
Okay, yes, wait on that. We got some other stuff to get to, but holy cow, dude. That was almost enough to break me.
It was frustrating because all my guys didn't go low today, but they shot under par. So I was thinking I still got a shot, and Bryson just let us down.
Yep, I knew we were in trouble on that hole when he put it in the water yesterday. When he was hitting it all over the course, I was like, oh no.
I mean, Wyndham tried to tell us. Wyndham tried to tell us.
Yep. And shout out Jim Nance, who was like, oh, the top 5 players are PGA. And then like the next 4 out of 6 were like live golfers. So they're all trying to embarrassing. I hope he would do it. Scotty's what a machine. What a machine.
But the story from the weekend's gonna be Tiger playing his worst 4 rounds of golf in the history of the Masters.
I actually had a story from that even too with the amateur. Amateur? Is it amateur or amateur?
It's amateur.
Amateur.
I mean, you're pronouncing the tour like the PGA Tour, but it's amateur.
Isn't it? How's it spelled? AMA.
TUR.
No, that's caveman spelling. AMATEUR. Amateur.
No.
Like a saboteur.
AMATURE. Amateur.
No. I think you're wrong. Somebody in the chat spell check us right now. Claude's here. He was right. He said Scheffler was going to win. He called it. Cam Smith.
Hey, Claude had to redeem himself, though, because 2 weeks ago he said that somebody was going to win the tournament, and they weren't even playing in the tournament.
Yeah, Claude. See? There it is. I told you, Claude, right there. Amateur.
Ooh, amateur. Bear with the stats.
That's a good one.
It's a good stat, Bear. 85% of the players who missed the cut were PGA guys.
Now, that is a spin zone of epic proportions. If you're the Liv, that's exactly what you should tweet immediately. Immediately, Liv. Get that out of there. So, okay. I don't even know where I was going to go after that other than Tiger with the – we'll get to that. I have some more stuff on that. I don't even know if I want to share any screens because that has just been putting my computer into a blender. So if you do not make it through the entire show tonight, if you just are tired of us just wallowing away in our own self puddle of
this is our last night until the next show too. We're not doing them every night. Moving forward.
Nope. I just can't. I stopped watching after about hole 9 when I realized that everything was going south. And after Scotty, like on hole number 9, Scotty hit that approach shot where nobody's hit it yet. He hit a little suck back wedge that almost was going to go in. We're all watching that like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was watching at the bar at the airport. And, like everybody erupted. It was like as it kept getting closer, we are all like getting out of our chair, like rise up.
And then it just beep.
Yeah.
There is nothing like being because in golf you're not really rooting for anybody unless you bet on them. But in golf,
and when you're at the Masters too, like you don't have your phone, you don't have screens. You only kind of know what's going on based on the roar. So after Ludwig hit that putt on 9, that long putt to birdie, the crowd erupted. So Scotty on the tee shot or walking to his ball to hit that shot, he knew something big happened up there. So for him to respond with that shot after knowing that, one of those guys before probably hit a birdie or chipped in or did something, he's got to make something happen. And for him to deliver, it's like,
dude,
that's why he's number one.
Everybody's like, it's so boring to watch Scotty play. It's like, no, Scotty plays boring until he doesn't need to be boring. And then he'll do something like that. He's not going to do the crazy shots and all the weird stuff until he absolutely needs to. When he has got to put a shot on the table, he did it every time this weekend. He'd get a bogey, and then he'd go out there and eagle a par 5. And it's like, yeah, y'all thought I was slipping? Nope. And then he'd go back and just make a few pars in a row. Somebody gets close, he'd go out and make another birdie. He is unreal. I'm here for it. DraftKings is rigged. What? We got lots of people in here. There you go. I'm going to tell you this right now. Lawn care. I'm back. I mean, I went back to the store after my wife mowed all the seed completely out, gone. Right?
Did you blow the seed back, or did you get new seed?
I just went and bought whole new grass seed. I went and saw a lawn care expert at the local, whatever you want. What is it?
Like Ace Hardware?
Greenhouse. Greenhouse. So, and he said, look, you're going to want to put this grass down because you want it to shoot up and green up real quick. He goes, if you put centipede down, which is what I put up before, he goes, you're going to be waiting 3 years. And I was like, I didn't know that. And I'm glad I asked you because I don't really want to wait 3 years to get the grass. I'd rather have it just shoot up and manage it. And then he said, you got to go in a checkerboard style when you're spreading the seed. You go vertical and then you come back and go horizontal. And you just lay it on thick.
And when the first time you want to cut it, you don't want to cut it low. Keep it as high as you can. Just trim it.
Are you listening? Is my wife listening to that? And you also don't want to cut it the day after you lay the seed.
No.
You definitely don't want to do that. How was your weekend? I got a little story.
I mean, my weekend was okay. I was working all weekend, so I was gone. I just got home like right before we started the show. So, I went up, saw one of the kids because his other kids sleep, and then came down. So I got to sneeze.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Look up at the sun.
I lost it.
Look up at the sun. You lost it? No. Pro tip. If you have to sneeze, look up at a light.
I know. I was looking. But
no, you closed your eyes.
Well, because the lights are bright. But no, it was a good weekend. I was in a state that I could bet in, so I was throwing down some parlays. I was winning a few.
Yeah, you were.
Winning a few, lost a lot. Did you hit
some?
Yeah, I did hit some. First I have a bone to pick with you about our parlay we did last night. But I'm a little confused because I did a couple top 40s and they hit with Henley being top 40 even though he was T38 with like 4 guys. But my top 10s didn't hit because they were T9 with a few guys. So I'm just a little confused, like why one did. Maybe I didn't read, the small print.
I don't. I don't know. I just build the parlays, build them, and they will come. BMO was hot too. You can
never play a parlay that Kasuf gives you.
AK's parlays.
All right, AK's
Let's go,
parlays
baby.
Are trash.
I'll start putting them out there. Not even mine. I just look at information. Yes, Kentucky 31, dude. I don't even know if we can. I don't even know if I can grow. It's usually just Bermuda, centipede, or like a blend of ryegrass or something down here on the East Coast. Sandy soil. Oh, Buku's here.
Oh, Buku's here.
Dang, sorry about Michigan in the Frozen Four, dude. Sorry. Okay.
I thought he was Michigan State.
I don't know. Did we probably just made him mad? That's probably what
I think
happened.
He's Michigan State.
Michigan State. I'm sorry that they got beat by Michigan earlier in the elite ice semis.
What?
The salacious semis.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's go. Hey, aquarium today. Then took the boat out. Boat's still working. Nice. We're back. It's ready for Memorial Day.
Did you take the boat to the aquarium?
No, I want to. That's 40 nautical miles. So if we're hauling, we can get there. We go about 30. We can get there an hour and a half. So, okay. National Dolphin Day. This is crazy, dude. I wish Tex was here to answer some of these questions.
And we just to clarify, we didn't kick those guys off the show. We just
I don't know where they're at.
They've been busy.
Tex said he'd be on. Tex said he might be on late. So
they're starting like a football league, right?
Yeah, they're doing so there's some dissension in the community that we grew up in about the direction of the youth football. And now sounds like there's going to be.
So Tex, being the newest up-and-coming hot coach, winning the Super Bowl last year with the Niners.
Both his teams 3-0 this year.
Is been
ruffling some feathers.
Asked to take over.
I don't know if he was asked. I think he took matters into his own hands.
Well, even better.
I think he's playing. I think he's saying, "Give me the damn ball," and we're over here saying we've got the biggest lead. We pull a 28-3 Atlanta Falcons in DraftKings. We pull, absolute collapse Yankees, Red Sox. Absolute collapse whenever cousin Eddie's wife cut open the turkey in Christmas Vacation. That was basically my DraftKings lineup weekend.
The Bills in all 4 Super Bowls.
Exactly. That was us. All those situations that made you go like, wow, that was hard to watch. That was us this weekend. National Dolphin Day. Dolphins are cetacean mammals that are related to whales and porpoises. They range this blew my mind. They range in size from 4 feet up to 30 feet. 30-foot dolphin?
That's big guy. That's big.
Are you kidding me?
That's like the Big Show.
Are you kidding? I didn't know dolphins could be 30 feet. That's a killer whale?
It's like Zach Eady as a dolphin.
Yeah.
I wonder if he has limited. I wonder if he has limited capabilities to there's like a Tyreek dolphin that's 4 foot, and then the 30-foot Zach Eady dolphin.
Zach Eady dolphin. He just does the same move every time.
Yeah, he just goes to the free throw line.
Speaking of dolphin, this is another part. Whenever we went down to the waterfront today to get lunch and stuff, which was awesome. Which is that season again?
Tackle box?
No. One of the big boats came back in, so we ran down there to see the fish. Biggest bluefish I've ever seen. It's going to be a good fishing year down there. It's going to be a big time fishing year.
Hey, getting ready for that tournament, right? That Michael Jordan entered?
Big Rock. You want to take my boat out there? We can enter it.
Should we?
We could. The Millie boats?
Hey. Don't let us get high.
Don't make me get a wrap on our boat. The Millie boat, dude.
I know a guy.
Yes. We'll talk to BMO about that. He probably knows somebody.
Yeah, right. He'll be wanting to change the tires on your boat.
Dolphins are among almost 40 species in 17 genera. I don't even know what that means. Again, this is a text. Jumping saves them energy as there is less friction while in the air. That's why they jump. Also to be social and stuff, but they're conserving energy. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, the dolphins can develop a natural form of type 2 diabetes.
Eating what?
I want to meet the scientist that said, "Holy shit, we got to get these dolphins some insulin." Or would you call it insulin?
Ooh, there's your dad joke. You've used it.
What kind of medication does a type 2 diabetic dolphin use? Insulin. Look it up. It's a fact. Holy cow. Oh, Claude knows well.
I know dolphins are the most like humans.
Yes, they can't speak though. I forget. There wasn't. I don't know.
They do.
Once I got to type 2 diabetes. Pelletized line before planting season. Okay, Claude's not. He's giving some.
Claude lives on the side of a mountain.
I trust him though, dude. I trust if he can get grass to grow.
He is all knowing.
If he can get grass to grow on the side of a mountain, he can get grass to grow anywhere.
I've been to Claude's house once or twice. He lives on the side of a
mountain. BMO, that's an orca. Is it orca in the dolphin family?
It's a whale.
I guess so. I didn't know dolphins weren't porpoises. That was another thing that blew my mind. I thought porpoises were. Maybe a dolphin isn't a porpoise, but a porpoise is a dolphin. Anywho, salute your sports. That was the dad joke. I might say it again just for dramatic effect, so we know where to clip it at. DFS Segi. Oh my God, it's gonna be a bloodbath. G.U.Y.S. Guys from golf. Hang the banners. Other relevant sports news. Inter squad Kings Jamboree. What to make? I buried you all. Okay, do we have salute your sports? The segment, the music. Hit it. What's going on at Augusta? What's going on at? I don't know. Edge is sending me a message right now.
He just sent me one. It said, "Let me type something in the scrolly thing." I'm like, "What?"
Edge just we pissed him off.
I wonder if this was it because you skipped this one.
Which one?
Virus looks good in red.
Oh.
You tried not to give me my props.
No, I said, look. I said, look in the comments. I didn't know if you wanted to. That was on you.
Thank you.
Look at us. We're both wearing red.
But they do say red's my color.
I agree.
Red, green, and blue are my colors.
Sunday red. Right. That didn't go well.
No.
Well, Sunday red's not off to a good start.
It's not. I don't think it's the Sunday red. I think it's the logo. That logo's not a finisher.
That's true. Looks like a mustache. I got lost in the Dolphin talk. Salute your sports. Did you want to? I don't know if you wanted to bring this up now or later, but you sent me a message about the Minnesota Vikings. Do you have that pulled up? Do you still? Oops. Do you still have that?
I can look it up really fast. It's in our
okay.
It's in our chat.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and salute my sports, and this is going to piss a lot of people off. Not because it's something I did. Oddly enough, usually that's the way it works. Is I'll piss people off. Here's a report. At Julia Westerman, a reporter for, I guess, Wisconsin TV, won the media lottery to play Augusta National on Monday after the Masters. This will be reportedly her first round of golf she's ever played.
What?
So, salute to that reporter for having to go out there and play the Sunday conditions of the Masters at Augusta and pissing off every single golf junkie in the world at the same time. So, salute to you, reporter.
I mean, she's not going to do as bad as some of those guys out there this week.
Dude, I mean, I'd put her in my lineup after what I witnessed today.
Birdie.
I mean, what am I going to lose?
Exactly.
Somebody get a birdie out of here. Gosh, dude.
I found it.
Okay, there you go. Here's a Viking story.
The breaking news: U.S. Bank Stadium plans to be a completely, quotes, kill-free stadium by switching entirely to plant-based meat by September. It will also be replacing all ice cream, cheese, and condiments with dairy-free options instead. Minnesota will be the first NFL team to be a vegan stadium. You think that's why Kirk left?
Dude, I don't even understand why.
I don't know.
The Minnesota Veg Kings. Right?
That one missed.
That one missed. Okay. We'll have to workshop that one. That's weird. I don't even yeah, so there you go. Salute to the Vikings. I don't even know if that's a salute. But if you want meat at your games, don't get the turkey leg either.
They're getting the Impossible meat.
What is that like the fake meat?
Yeah, it's like the Impossible burger. It's like not a real hamburger.
The farts in that stadium are going to smell terrible.
Ooh, yeah.
Like if people just start ripping, they're going to hotbox. They're going to have to open the roof.
I did hear vegans have like bad BO.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine just broccoli farts all up in the stadium.
Asparagus.
Oh, that's pee. That makes your pee stink. Are they going to have to do that with beer? Because I know some beers are going to be, they have to be considered vegan.
Not non-wheat beers.
Huh.
Seltzers. Man.
Do you think they voted for that?
No. Well, some might have come in at midnight, but
wasn't Cam Newton vegan for a little bit?
I have no idea. That's not my salute your sports though.
Oh,
you're trying to
Sorry.
You're trying to parlay this into my salute sports. It's not. Mine goes out to the Augusta airport.
What's going on at Augusta?
What's going on? Yesterday, our guy Joe Pompilio tweeted out that over 850 private jets had already landed at Augusta for the Masters. 54 from New York, 48 from Palm Beach, 24 from Dallas, 17 from Washington, D.C. The shortest flight somebody took there was from Aiken, South Carolina.
We've been there.
Yes. And I don't know. I know you're not familiar with how far Aiken is from Augusta.
What's going on at Augusta?
It's 20 miles.
So 20 miles?
They took a private jet 20 miles.
You could have ridden your bike there before the whole thing got pushed out, taken off, all that stuff.
The furthest was from Eugene, Oregon, so I'm sure that was Phil Knight.
Oh, 100%. Or Bo Nix.
No, tampering. Maybe. NIL.
Could have been. No, there's no way they'd let him back in there. He'd probably be like, no, I'm not going to Georgia. It's SEC country. I hate the SEC. That was my Bo Nix voice. Ah, there you go. Prince Fielder was a vegan.
He couldn't cut it in the SEC.
Well. All right, I think that's all the saluting that we've got. The dad joke, I have to say that one again. Just so I know where to clip it. So it sounds okay. The dad joke. Let's go. Start it over. What do you call a dolphin? Wait a minute. I got to start over. I blew it. How do you treat a dolphin that has type 2? Wait a minute. I don't even know what I said. I'm going to have to go back. How do you treat a dolphin that has type 2 diabetes? Insulin. Okay. Whatever.
That's funny the first time.
Yeah, well, that was in the moment. All right, I think that's all the salutes. Do we need to play ice cream music and talk about this golf tournament. What's going on at Augusta? Okay, fantasy DFS segment. Let's wallow in our self-pity here for a little bit. I mean, to set the stage, we all spent, I think at least 3 of us spent at least the first 3 days very high up in all the rankings of our DraftKings contests, which means we were winning a pretty substantial amount of money, each one of us individually, relative to what we put in. And so we did 3 streams in a row because we were so excited, only to have those lineups completely and utterly decay all day Sunday, just ruining everything. So luckily I went to the aquarium and took the boat out, and we had a nice lunch on the waterfront. So all was good. Kids were electric. Man, they were something today, taking them out to eat. They were something. But anyways,
were they being bad?
They just had a lot of energy.
Yeah, my wife said our kids did too.
Just a lot of energy. I don't know. Maybe it was the eclipse. Maybe it's the cicada event. I don't know. Maybe they're just amped up because You know, the funny thing about taking the boat out too was that we get out there and there's like nobody out there, and it was like 5:30. And I looked at I was like, why is there nobody out on their boats? And she's like, well, they're probably watching the Masters. And I'm like, yeah, most people that have boats probably watch the Masters. So
isn't that what you said that you wanted to do?
Yeah, that's what I was like, huh, that's weird, huh? That's really weird that nobody's out because they're probably watching. I mean, people have parties for that. BMO had a party.
Yeah, BMO did have a party for that.
That's right.
He was drinking azaleas.
Yeah. In honor of Will Azalea Torres. God, there it was. That's what it was. Instead of Willie Zalgusta, it should have been Willie Azalea Torres. Damn it. Next year.
Next tournament.
Year. Book that. Next tournament. Okay. All right. We're going to give a little a synopsis. The G.U.Y.S. percolating a little bit here. We went 4 out of 5 this week. 29 of 40 on the year. That's 73% making the cut. That's not bad. That's better than the PGA, as Bear with Machine Gun pointed out. So here's my synopsis. And I didn't really know where to go, but I think it all started with this. And Bear with a Machine Gun actually mentioned it in the chat. Bryson DeChambeau. Because from the moment he went in the water on 15, everything fell apart.
Yes.
Even after the hole out on 18 Saturday. After that, it was all downhill. All downhill. So that's mine. Bryson DeChambeau. What's yours?
Mine, I'm gonna play off the Titanic movie because it's about a bigger than life person, and something happened to that person, and after that event happened, that person went down. They didn't come back. So I'm gonna shout out Snackberg straight ahead, because after Ludwig Aberg drilled his putt on hole number 9, he was eating a little snack going from 9 to 10. And some jabroni hit the snack out of his hand.
What's going on in Augusta?
And what does he do? What does he do on 10? Or maybe it was 11?
What's going on?
He went in the water. Double bogey. Cost him.
Oh!
And you know what makes it worse? Is I was sitting at the bar at the airport, and I was texting you and BMO at this point, and I was like, Scotty's at plus, I think it was like 120. I was like, this is the first time I've seen Scotty plus to win. And I was like, but this Aberg is like, he's hot. So I threw some money down on Aberg right after that putt. Then the stack gets knocked out of his hand. Then he went in the water. I was like, I can't bet anymore. The person that I bet for shambles.
Your fault. You did it. You cost him. I can't believe that.
But I needed Scotty to be in first for me to make money.
How was Scotty? No, DeChambeau led the first day, so he went 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Wow. Scotty. I don't know how you can't like Scotty either. He seems like a really cool dude.
You think we see him again before PGA?
I don't even know if he'll play in the PGA. Depends on when his wife has a baby. That's a month. They're like 3 weeks out, he said.
It was. I heard it was end of April. So really, there's 2 weeks left in April. Then there's 2 weeks before PGA starts. So it's a month. The PGA Championship's a month away.
Yeah.
So the baby will be like, if it comes on its due date, would be about 2 weeks old. But I'm just like, it's not really worth it for him to play in a non-major event, knowing that you could leave early.
Yeah, he's definitely not playing in Hilton Head. Probably. Oh, BMO. Yeah. DeChambeau took his hat off walking up 18. I think it was Friday or Saturday. I don't even remember which day it was. and he had his hat in his left hand, and then he went to tip his hat as he was coming up, and he Emilio Estevez himself. He tipped his hat like this, but his hat was not on his head. So he did the ghost hat tip. Ooh. Hey, look, it's all good. BMO said you wanted some money with that text.
Hey.
So by another man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's right.
He screwed up his hat. He screwed up.
He
screwed up his hat. Oh no. Literally clipping his hat right now. Now he can't. Now he's in shambles. Ever since he did that. Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. Tex is here. I don't know if he can hear us, but he just popped in. He's got the Pit Vipers on. He's got the Penguin shirt on, even though the Penguins got absolutely Donnybrook last night.
They got molested.
Shouldn't laugh at that.
You know who didn't? You know who didn't? The New York Rangers and Igor Shesterkin. Shesterkin's back. Everybody needs to be terrified of the New York Rangers at this point.
When the playoffs start, you have to shave your head.
Yeah. And
on
your beard.
air.
And your beard.
On air.
When do they start?
Into a chin strap beard.
No, we didn't agree facial hair.
Well, you want to start over for the playoffs anyway.
You want to start the show over now that Tex is here?
No. Go ahead.
Tex, did you know that dolphins can get type 2 diabetes?
It makes sense.
How does that make sense?
Bro, they can eat too much Swedish fish. Dad joke of the day. Check.
That's two Dolphins jokes. You're not going to get that anywhere else.
Two dad dolphin jokes.
Too many Swedish fish. Write it down.
I'm trying to remember the name. There was this dolphin. They did this dolphin study. God, where was it? They had this flooded house, and basically, like, dude, it was really weird because they had the people there who were studying the dolphin. I don't even remember what the point of study was anymore. They were basically having to like service the dolphin. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll have to find
their
it.
blowhole? If you know what we mean.
They were having it was wild, dude. Let me see if I can find this dolphin study.
Oh gosh. What happened with your lineups? We're getting ready to get into them. Do you have a synopsis?
It was, so I put in 48 lineups, okay? 48 lineups. And four different contests. And I only had one lineup across all of them that's cashed in 3. Now, when I started this thing, I was all over the place. I was up in like the hundreds of dollars cashing to start.
Which for what you put in is like 100 times your money.
Oh yeah. So it was like I ended up crashing and burning. Like yesterday was okay. I was still in like the 40s, 50s range making money. And today it just went downhill badly. So badly that I ended up only making about $13.
Did you still double it? Did you still make back what you put in though?
No.
You lost money.
That hurts.
And the thing that hurts the most is my 2 lineups in the millie were terrible. They're like way down at the bottom. So if I wouldn't have put those in, I'd have made money. But that's what killed me. Everything else was golden.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I won. I did have a bet cash, which was that. Who was it?
If it makes you feel any better, I lost thousands of dollars.
It does. It makes me feel good to know that I'm not alone.
You're not alone. We're in this together. You know what also makes me mad is seeing these other companies, like these DFS companies, DraftKings, DFS companies, or FanDuel. They sit there and they're like, we had somebody win the millie, and they screenshot the picture, and they did win the millie, but it was in the contest where it was $2,000 to enter, and their score was 498, which wouldn't have even been in the top 100 of the real millie. So don't miss us with Misses with that. No offense, though. Congratulations on the Millie.
With
all due respect.
You gonna get in those?
Congrats.
No, I would have if I would have made money. I would have done that eventually for the next major. Okay. Best and worst from the Masters. Guys are 4 for 5. I gave you none other than Cam Davis, who was playing with Hojgaard, whatever you want to call him. And Hojgaard, I think, had 37 birdies to Cam Davis's 24.
Holy smokes.
I'm pretty sure it was 30-something birdies. He was all over the map. Hojgaard was. So Cam Davis finished tied for 12th, 1 over. Butch P gave you Spieth, who missed the cut. 21 birdies. That's how many Hojgaard had. And Cam Davis had 14. So I was way off. I was absolutely way off.
Not even close.
But that 7 birdie difference was 21 points. That was the difference. Like, that's the problem whenever your guys, like, when the positioning's this tight. Like, Hojgaard finished 2 over. Cam Davis finished 1 over. But had 7 less birdies. So that's 21 points. Like, I could have used that.
Yeah.
So, even though Hojgaard pooped the bed. But anyways, Tex gave you Hideki, who saved everybody's bacon and probably ruined my chances at Amelia. So Tex with a big-time saboteur move on me, jerk. J-Vi gave you Willie Azalea Torres. We're going to start using it.
Hey.
Tied for 9th. He turned it on today.
He did.
And then Dylon gave you Joaquin Neiman, who finished tied for 22nd, 4 over. So there you go. Also from this, I don't know if you guys saw this, but BMO, can we talk about the course? Definitely dominated. The Augusta was flexing its muscles without question.
Yeah,
will we agree?
I agree with that.
Did you see they want to maybe lengthen it to 8,000 yards?
I mean, 2 was really long.
Yeah.
Being out there last week trying to get to 2 from 1 tee box, like you walked like 50 yards.
Holy cow. You don't need to do anything to Augusta. Did they not just watch what happened?
I mean, yeah, it's like there have been some high scores. I think DJ had like -20 when he won. You know, Tiger, he's been -18 when he's won before. But like the past 2 years, the winners had like -8, -9. 11, I think Scotty had 11. But like
I don't know. Was it the course or was it the wind? Did the weather dominate or did the wind dominate?
It was a little bit of both.
Okay. But Shipley, the amateur,
because the past 2 days were good weather.
Little windy. Greens are real firm because of the wind.
Yeah.
Shipley, the amateur, was playing with Tiger today, and apparently he handed him. A reporter asked him if he handed something, because it looked like on camera that Tiger handed Shipley something in his hand, and then the reporter asked him after the match, "Hey, what did Tiger hand you?" And he goes, "He didn't hand me anything. I don't know what you're talking about. It was nothing." So, do we want to speculate what Tiger handed him? Maybe it was a chip to be a part of the Sunday Red brand sponsorship.
Maybe.
Go ahead. I can see it in your eyes what you want to say it is.
Maybe it's John Daly's number. I don't know.
Tex, what did Tiger hand the amateur, which we've settled? Ring to take to Mount Doom.
Yeah.
And the Lord of the Rings.
I was going to say a Tic Tac.
No. He handed him the secret recipe to Chick-fil-A's chicken. Somehow Tiger
pickle juice. You soak them in pickle juice. Everybody knows that.
I had a pizza today with pickles on it. Highly recommend.
Gross.
Highly recommend.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So, do you have pizza with bacon on it?
No.
You're a fraud. You're a fraud.
I'm not a fraud, dude.
You're a fraud.
No, I specifically with the meat lovers, I will say do not put bacon on there. It's its own. I'll eat a side of bacon after the pizza.
Give me some pizza with a side of bacon.
Yeah. Bacon on the side.
I'll take the meat lovers, but just scrape off the bacon and put it in a cup, and I'll eat it separately afterwards. Well, now we've got a whole speculation tour going on in the comments. What he handed him? He handed him 3 golf tees, and each one of them said, "Would you?" No, he handed him the red pill and the blue pill, and he said, "Choose one, but don't tell anybody until after." He matrixed him, or maybe it was. Remember when he handed that guy a tampon after he drove? Who was that?
JT.
JT. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he handed him the keys to a Genesis. Is he still sponsored by? Probably not after the wreck. They probably don't sponsor him anymore.
Probably not after the way he played today.
No. Maybe it was just like a note that said, I'm really tired. That's all it said.
He just said, I'm sorry for not playing well.
Or maybe he said, take this key to the locker room. And actually is a whoopee cushion. And he said, put it under Scotty Scheffler's seat, or I'm going to kick you out of Augusta when he does his interview. Any other speculations on what he handed him?
I'm going to speculate that we lost $1 million.
We did. That was devastating. Call the Willy Wonka recipe. All right. Do we want to try to pull up the lineups or no? Because that has just thrown my computer for a loop.
You can try.
All right. Let me try to pull these up. Let's get some more speculations while I pull this up. Let me see if it's going to work first before I
speculate that it was a young opposite gender's number from Hooters.
Maybe it was. Yeah.
This is true.
Maybe Shipley handed him a note before, and they just been passing notes, not really saying anything to each other.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Maybe it was the world's smallest Bluetooth.
I think we can create a meme. Like, what was the note?
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe.
Text.
Do you have any speculations?
I've already said it. I think it was either a Tic Tac or an Altoid because his breath stank.
He does look like he has stinky breath.
Yeah, bro. He has brown teeth.
That's from all the caddy itch he's throwing in.
Maybe it was just a note that said, hey, the McRib is back. Let's go get one after the match. Am I lagging?
No.
Okay. I really don't want to lag during the recording. Okay, here we go. Here's my lineup. Everybody see this? Everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the lineup that absolutely stunk.
I see your bounce.
It was really good. Do what?
I see your bounce.
I don't care. I'm putting it all out there. Doesn't matter. I had whatever. I'm not going to hit any buttons because I'll get thrown off of the stream. What? This is the lineup that I had way up there in the top 13 at one point. It was Cam Young, who absolutely stunk it up with 1 over today. DeChambeau was 1 over. Fitzpatrick was 3 over. Cam Davis was 3 over. Lucas Glover, I think, was 4 over or 3 over. So everybody that I needed to just hang out at even or maybe even just make one birdie stunk it up. I mean, stunk it up. Not a single player under par other than Scotty. And so about halfway, I was dead. I knew it. I knew it inside. All the hype gone.
If you remember correctly, I warned you about Fitzpatrick. I told you it's what Cam Davis does. He's exactly like us.
Yeah, but
I thought Glover was going to start sinking some putts, though.
I did too. I thought Cam Young and Glover were going to be enough. I thought they were going to be enough. But that was my lineup.
Cam Young does this all the time, though.
I know. Why did I believe in him? For a while, I was really a big fan of his.
He doesn't even have a win on tour.
Okay. Are you going to pile on now? Huh?
Yeah. I was Mr. Nice Guy all week. Now I'm going to pile on.
Hey, you're going to rip me to shreds.
Speaking of which,
you're going to well actually me into the grave.
Speaking of which, AK and myself did a top 10 4-person parlay last night. I gave myself Cam Smith and Tommy Fleetwood. AK decides to make me put Cam Young and Patrick Reed in there. You know who didn't cash the parlay because 2 guys didn't count towards the top 10? The guys that AK gave me. So again, the parlays that AK gives me does not cash ever.
Wait a minute. You didn't let me build it from the ground up. You made me give you half a parlay. So
I was going to split the money with you.
In my defense. Where did Reed finish? Wasn't he at even?
He was 12. He was 12. Cam Young, technically, like if you look back 15 years from now, you're going to say he had a top 10 at the Masters. But for the betting purposes, it didn't count because there was 3 guys at T9. So
he was top 10.
No, not for betting purposes. He wasn't.
Doesn't matter.
It was 3 T9s and then Patrick Reed at 12.
Doesn't matter. The lineup that you're looking at now was actually split between 2 people. So they didn't actually win the Millie. They split it 575,000 apiece. And that lineup was Scotty Scheffler, Colin Morikawa, scumbag, DeChambeau, Fleetwood, Adam Scott, and Hogard. So a first place, a third place, a sixth place, a third place, 22nd, and 16th, which looks very similar to my lineup, except Adam Scott is in the winning lineup, and so is Hogard. Hogard made all kinds of birdies. That's why he was in the winning lineup. And Fleetwood probably had the round of the day, I think, other than Tom Kim, who shot a 66, which I told you somebody's going to shoot a 66 out there. And they did.
You can't say that lineup's like your lineup. Y'all have 2 of the same people.
But he had a plus.
Not anything like your lineup.
He had a 22nd and a 16th like mine. The difference was he had all the people that made the birdies today. Adam Scott was even. Fleetwood was 3 under. I mean, that's the difference, dude.
And look, this if Texas guy who Tex said would be a savior doesn't save Adam Scott at plus
exactly.
6, Adam Scott doesn't even make this, and this guy doesn't have a shot at the Millie.
So this whole thing is Texas' fault.
Hideki saved this guy and won him $1 million.
I told you guys.
It cost me thousands. What do you mean told you?
Told you on what was it, Thursday night?
Texas is saboteur.
I told you on Thursday night that Matsui was going to come storming back, and guess what he did?
Yeah, he wrecked my entire. Because I was going to.
Yeah, he hurled lightning bolts and thunder right at your lineup.
He didn't come storming back. He went storming back because he dropped 2 strokes to save.
Yeah, he did nothing the rest of the day, or the rest of the tournament. He screwed up the cut line royally for me, and then proceeded to do nothing. It's like he came in and was like, "I'm here. You're welcome. I will now retreat," like the turtle in Kung Fu Panda.
He's like Miley Cyrus in that music video on it.
That's what I was saying the other night, though. I was like, I don't know if I'm happy that the cut line's 6 or not. I would have much rather it been at 4 because I was way in the clear there. And now you got jabronis up here with Adam Scott in here winning the Millie. Change the whole thing.
Your face.
Change the whole thing, dude. And Texas over there pounding his chest like he's some sort of genius. Complete
told you.
jabroni.
I called it like
amateur hour.
I called it 2 months
amateur
ago.
hour.
Dude, that right there. That's like the ultimate brother got you joke. Like it takes you 5 days to realize that he got you and that he sabotaged you.
Got you, dude. He's so mad about it. He's so mad about it.
Of course I'm mad about it. It was thousands of dollars. Oh man. That should get me out of the hair shaving bet.
No.
That little
It's been over a year for that.
Nope.
That little oh, look, I've been long conning him for a year. Just waiting for him to screw up like this so I can get myself out of it. All right. I don't want to look at that anymore. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. Sick to my stomach. Disgusted with myself and with Tex. How could you do that to us? You coward. All right. That was my best lineup. Scotty, Cam, Bryson. I scored 454, so I don't even know where I was. It doesn't matter. I'm so sick.
I'm so sick.
Bima. This is the first episode in 33 episodes, 34 probably, that you guys are actually doing what your show is actually about.
Yep.
Not advice, dude. Well, we're actually it's the first time the Millie Goats have actually had a chance at a Millie, and then what do? Sabotage ourselves. We shoot ourselves in the foot, in the hooves. It's disgusting. All right. Anybody else, best and worst? Tex, best and worst.
I'm trying to pull it up. It's loading.
J-Vibe, best and worst.
Come back to me.
Best and or worst.
My lineups just disappeared.
Or I'm going to sit up here and just yell at Tex for the next 5 minutes about how he cost us thousands of dollars because he wants to be Mr. I made the cut whenever he should have just let bygones be bygones and just set him off vegan Viking funeral to Matsuyama, whatever you want to call him.
I think our lineups are in the transition of switching over and they're not available.
Oh,
All right, we're not going to talk politics. Tex, you.
Hang on, I'm
what's going on?
Just give me a minute.
Look, I'll tell you who I had though. I had Scotty, Matsuyama, DeChambeau, Russell Henley, Siwoo Kim, and Taylor.
I love how you were pumping Siwoo Kim's tires when he was 4 over.
But he was -3 on the day, or he was at the time. That's birdies, dude. That's
wouldn't know about
points.
it. Wouldn't know about it.
Yeah, so I think he ended up being -1 on the day. Taylor Moore was like -2 or 3. And then
where are all these birdies? How do your guys get all the birdies and my guys?
Hideki didn't do anything today though, so he hurt me.
Of course he didn't. He did his damage on Friday.
You want to hear a funny story?
Sure, go ahead. It's probably about
so my family we put in money every year, everybody in the family, and you pick somebody to win the major. So and if it doesn't
my gosh, I just won less money than it just even showed me.
And if nobody won the Masters, it rolls over PGA, so on, so on. So this year for the Masters, my whole family, dad, brother, mom, niece, everybody, they gave me who they were going to play for the Masters last Saturday, knowing that I was there. And I told them that I was going to make them wait till Wednesday before I gave them my pick because I wanted to decide between a couple guys. You know who my pick was that I gave them?
Hideki Matsuyama.
Hideki Matsuyama. So I made them wait a whole 5 days for me to, analyze and go through and decide who I wanted to pick to win the Masters. And that's the pick that I gave them.
I like it.
Tex has infiltrated this.
I called it weeks ago.
That's the art of the deal by Tex, convincing everybody.
It was on the board. What week? It was on the board.
What did you call? You said he was going to win it. All he did was fluff up the cut for everybody else.
After he won Riviera, he said he's going to win the Masters, put it on the board.
Yeah.
He won somebody else the millie is what he did. Tex, we need to get that guy on and see if he can he can thank you.
Yeah. I told you to pick him. What do you have to say for yourself? And what do you have to do to thank me?
Yes. We would like a portion of those earnings. We want what's owed to us. Does anybody else have their lineup? Tex, did you figure it out?
It's loading on my computer right now. It's taking forever.
What are you, Butch?
No, I'm just telling you. I'm doing the interview, the review on my phone, and so I normally just pull it up on my phone, but if I do that, it screws up. I'm trying to join in the stream on my computer.
What's going on with your computer?
Hang on. Here, I'll tell you what.
All right, while you're doing that, the listener league. Sophie Size won a lot of these. I didn't even put my best lineup in this contest like an idiot.
Me neither.
He had 415 points. Sean Hackworth from Ship It Nation, 387.5. And BMO on the podium with 387. Gets a little Skrilla there. BMO on the podium. He was hype all weekend. What's going on in Augusta? So there you go.
I played our guys.
In our lineup?
Yeah, I played our guys with Shipley.
Oh, you played Shipley?
What with our guys? Because that's the only person I could afford.
Oh,
because that's who I play in our listener league is our guys plus another guy that I picked.
If you hear all the that was Tex wrestling with technology there. He was on two different screens, looking down at the phone like the Facebook picture you see from your high school teacher that's just like looking down at the phone like
when
this.
You call your parents on FaceTime.
Yeah. Where you can see straight up their nostrils with all their nose hairs, and they're just breathing heavily into the phone.
Absolutely killed me.
Speed.
This lineup, I had Neiman, Zalatoris, Matsuyama, Cam Davis, Shipley, and Spieth.
Who finished the highest at all those?
Zalatoris.
Shit, you're right.
At 70.
That backfired. Damn it.
My pick.
Willie Azalea Torres. We're going to get that going. We're going to get him a shirt. Instead of his hair coming out the back of his hat, we could just have azaleas coming out the back of his hat. We'll get that. Okay, scumbags, stud bags. Scumbags scored 30 and below. And we section them off into 8,500 pricing on DraftKings and above, 7,500 to 8,500 and 7,400 and below. So your scumbags from 8,500, Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark absolutely pooping the bed, talking that trash, running that mouth, and then missing the cut hilariously. Victor Hovland, couldn't tell you what's going on with that guy. Jordan Spieth, Dustin Johnson does not care about golf anymore. That is clear. And then JT and Matsuyama on 18. Those mother fathers right there. Those
Harmon pulled out of Hilton Head, I heard.
Harmon?
Hovland.
They probably kicked Harmon out because after what the display put on the display. Actually, we like Harmon. Sorry, Harmon. Come on the show. Oh, gosh.
Do you think
come on the show?
Do you think Harmon played bad because he was trying to speed up his game playing with Koepka?
I think Harmon played bad because he only hits at 230 off the tee. You can't do that.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not
going on at Augusta.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Tex looks like a T-ball dad from 1993.
I like it.
Do you have the Sophie shorts on?
No, but
that's the only way.
So I'll tell you. So I had football coaches meeting at my house for me being the director of football at the local community booster club.
Humble brag.
And we were all talking about ordering the old school Sophie shorts for mandatory standard sideline coach wear. You have to have the tight Sophie shorts.
Yes.
Or else you're not really a coach.
And then you have to call yourself Sammy Sophie.
Clipboard. You need clipboard.
Gonna have a clipboard. Gonna be chewing gum furiously.
Whistle.
Whistle.
You gonna wear your hat a little higher on your head?
Yep, just like this. Let's just have it up like
High
this.
socks. High socks.
I'm also going to make Pit Vipers mandatory as well. Come on the show.
Come on the show. Sponsorship. No free shout outs.
Can't be out there coaching the kids without some Vipes on.
J-Vi and I were discussing this. Is this a rival league that you've created, or is this?
I'm not going to get into all that.
He's not going to get into that, folks. We told you he wouldn't. We made up our own hypotheses.
All right, so my best: Auberg, Homa, DeChambeau.
Coward. What's going on in Augusta?
And the worst in that lineup: Harry English, Neiman, Connors, who actually, was a nice dart throw for me.
He had the metrics.
And believe it or not, he was 15% owned in that contest.
It's because he had good metrics. Corey Connors. Good ball striker.
Do you know who was not highly owned?
Hideki Matsuyama. What's going on, Augusta?
Homa.
Yeah.
No, he came out of nowhere.
Dude.
5%.
But we got to keep this in mind. He finished top 10 at the Open, too. So he's starting to figure out how to play in majors.
Yeah, I'm going to see what my worst lineup is.
Morikawa finished top 10 in both last Masters. Completely
my worst lineup.
Didn't even register that.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
Because he's been playing so bad.
My worst lineup was 168. Matsuyama, Koepka,
of course,
Finau, Johnson, Taylor, Griot.
Oh, so Griot finished last.
Yeah, Griot was bad. Wow,
plus
turns
11.
Out...
He played like AK says he played the other day.
What did I say he played like?
No, he shot an 83. You're out there talking about, oh yeah, I could have shot an 85, but it was a 90. Only lost one ball.
I did. I played 2 whole rounds just about with one ball.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I have you don't have to believe me.
I don't believe you.
That's just sheer athleticism. Not hitting a golf ball for 10 months. Going out there shooting a 90.
Nope. I probably shot an 85 then.
Hey.
What, on 9?
Yeah.
If Tiger was reading the greens like you do.
You kidding me? I'd hand you a note on fairway 8. And it would say, this is not a game. I play for keeps.
And I'd hand you a note back on number 17 that said, check the scoreboard.
And then I'd hand you a note on 18 that said, I can't believe you willed Matsuyama across the cut line, you scumbag.
I bet it was some motivational quote he gave it.
I bet it was something.
Then I'd hand you a note on the way home that said, I called it weeks ago.
Then I'd hand you. I bet he handed him a like. What if it was just like a fortune cookie note?
What if it was the thing from Christmas Story? Drink more Ovaltine. Special decoder ring.
What if it was just like a mini torch, like just like a little? I passed the torch to him. Shipley looks like a unit too.
That's what I'm saying. I bet it was some motivational quote like, "You might have played with Tiger, but we're playing in the last group. You can do better."
It was a secret recording of Teddy Roosevelt's "Man in the Arena."
Maybe it was. I forgot what I was going to say. I had one a second ago, then I got lost. I honestly think it was nothing. Maybe it was just like an old, like maybe he gave him the old Kevin McAllister, just like chewed up gum. You know, Tiger's always chomping on gum.
Maybe he gave him his autograph.
Maybe he gave him just a note that said, I was always better than Phil. Don't believe everybody else. Could have been. Could have been any one of those 73 things that we've listed. Stud bags from the 8,500 was Scotty and Auberg. That's it. Scumbags from the 7,500 range, Burns, Harmon, Eam. Studs were Morikawa, Homa, DeChambeau, Fleetwood late. You sucker. You mother sucker. 7,400 below scumbags. Rose, Yeager, Taylor, Thertheo, and Adrian Maroc was atrocious, even though he was a hot pick. 90 and 7,400 stud bags and below. Cam Davis. Tiger's a stud because he played all 4 days. And that one's directly in the face of the CEO of Stats because we got to send him Tiger stuff all weekend, which he hated. Benny on. Hogegaard and Shipley because he got
Yeah, all right.
What's going on in Augusta? We get choked up because I just had Matt
Shipley's a stud back because he was the only amateur to make the cut.
True. Yes. And because he got a note.
And I sent y'all Shipley early in the week.
You did.
I sent you that message because they said he looks like Harry Higgs, but with better hair.
Yes, he does. Cole, what if it was chicken soup for the soul quote, but instead of quote was a cookie? Who knows, dude? Okay. I think that's all the golf talk. Hang the banner time. Hit it.
You did it! Congratulations!
Hang the banners. All right. We've absorbed a bunch of information over the last few days, and we're going to hang some banner for some people. Who wants to go first? If you're not ready, I can go first.
I'll do it. I'll do it. So my hang the banner goes to NASA. So you guys remember how I was talking about that dolphin study? So I had to reread. I was rereading.
So they put the
back
dolphins
up on
in space.
But no, they're trying to get this communication program where they could figure out how to get dolphins and humans to communicate, so that they could then use them to explore things or tell them things or something. I'm not really sure what the whole point of the study was.
I think it was South Park episode with Randy Marsh.
The reason I remembered I'd heard it years ago, and it was the part of the story where this lady, like part of it was like this lady had to live with the dolphins for 24 hours a day, and she was living with this young male dolphin. They named him Peter, and part of what happened was like the dolphin like needed to get some love, and what they used to do was they'd send him down to be with two female dolphins so that he could have like his interactions, and then it ended up being that they stopped sending him down there because it disrupted whatever training they were trying to do. And so the lady was giving him old fashions there in the tank. And
the dolphins.
Yeah.
Is the Dolphins named Tiger Woods at the Masters?
And ended up getting Hustler ended up getting wind caught of it and made a whole bunch of art about it. And so they were trying to get the Dolphins to talk, or so, I don't know what they were trying to do, but it was just like it was a really weird study that they were trying to do to get these dolphins to communicate. And then they started giving them like this. Then they started giving them like different drugs to see how the drugs affected. It was just like it was all kinds of weird. So
it turned into
Amsterdam
down there.
You know, if those dolphins
talk about Woodstock.
If those dolphins could talk, with dolphins being very similar to humans, that girl would be given old fashioned to one dolphin. The next day, 6 dolphins would be lined up there to get an old fashioned.
Yep.
Oh, is this how Aaron Rodgers healed his Achilles?
Yes, it is.
He went down there and was part of the NASA study.
Part of the NASA study.
When he was listening to dolphins' noises. That built up for a long time. Where's the hang the banner?
He hung it for NASA.
That was for NASA.
NASA, congratulations for.
They went from landing on the moon in the 60s. This also happened in the 60s to trapping dolphins and giving them old fashions in Miami.
Yeah.
Highs and lows, man.
Oh man, I'm waiting for there's like that guy who made the octopus film on Netflix. There's a lot of ways that could have gone.
I have no idea what you're talking
You've never seen that?
No. Is the draft next week?
I think so.
I think it's
buddy.
the 28th.
Oh,
okay. This guy films
I'm so ready to talk about
football a year, and just basically becomes friends with it. I don't know how you follow that up, Jay. You want to go, or you want me to go?
I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back to. I will hang the banner for our one and only Tex.
Yeah.
I will hang it for him for being so spot on with his pick.
Dude.
That he dropped the cut line to +6 for Adam Scott to get in and ruin his brother's chance at win the Millie. What an absolute genius. Hang the banner for Tex.
And I called it on Thursday night, too. We talked about it.
He said he was going to win the Masters.
I'm just saying.
That he was going to save everybody's lineup. And he did. He saved the guy's lineup who won the $1 million.
It's a real butterfly effect.
I grabbed him by the bootstraps. Me and Hideki Matsuyama grabbed him by the bootstraps and drug him through the muck and the filth to the top of the mountain. You're welcome.
God, that's infuriating. Absolutely infuriating.
You know that guy's probably on some podcast right now that nobody listens to, telling a story about how his lineup was dead. And then Hideki Matsui went double bogey on 18, and Adam Scott got in, and he climbed the leaderboard and won the $1 million.
Oh, he's 100% saying if it weren't for Hideki Matsuyama. Oh, Free Willy. There you go. There you go. There it is. Free Willy. Free Willy. We missed that one. That was right there. Good call. Cool. Here's mine. I'm going to salute the actual sports. I thought I had a picture of it. Maybe I bookmarked it. I don't know. But it's about the FCS. The FCS playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a point of contention for a very long time. Because these idiots keep burying the FCS championship on a Sunday and late in the NFL season at 2 p.m., like a bunch of jabronis. They finally listened to the people, so I'm going to hang the banner for them and give it credit. The FCS championship is moving to Monday night. Not exactly the best, where it should have been Friday night, but football, yet again, not taking advantage. Night. It's going to be, yeah. I mean, I think that's at a point in time when there's literally no football.
No, now there's going to be all kinds of football still. The NFL, that's the final week of the NFL season. So there'll probably still be a Monday night game that overshadows it. But with the playoffs, that'll be the semifinals for the playoffs that week probably.
Okay, so you get to take that off, and then January 6th, 2025, Frisco, Texas, FCS championship. So at least they got it out of, out of that stupid Sunday spot where nobody could watch it. That was stupid. So kudos to them. Hang the banner. We don't need to go other relevant sports news.
William and Mary's going to the FCS championship next year.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. We got it on good authority. They have the best offensive coordinator in the game.
I need to put it on the board.
Unbiased opinion. Yep. Yes. William and Mary going to the Natty. And if they do, we're going to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Tom Brady can't quit. He said he would come back for a few teams. So that's going to be circulating. The Frozen Four, boys. My Denver Pioneers, champions, finally got one after the Niners, Rangers.
They won me some money.
Yes, the Pioneers win the Frozen Four, stuff it in that guy from Boston College's face who said he was going to score a couple of goals. They scored 0 goals. So there you go. And then Caleb Williams has been training with 2 quarterbacks. I don't know what he's doing. But he's definitely he's training with Nathan Peterman.
Okay.
And Brock Purdy.
Why is Brock Purdy training with Nathan Peterman?
He's trying to teach him, dude. You're talking about one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
And
Brock Purdy.
Nathan Peterman's probably trying to teach him how to play with a wife.
He's probably like,
or how to survive, being terrible when it's your number's called because you got married.
He's like, okay, I'm going to get with the worst possible quarterback, and then a quarterback that defied all the odds.
I mean, you could argue Nathan Peterman defied all the odds because he kept getting starting jobs.
I'm surprised. It's true. I'm surprised Texas is like, oh, he should go train with Hideki Matsuyama. Ooh.
For his golf game.
Dak.
No, we don't want to learn from Dak. Dak's done. It's over. He's been done.
The Penguins aren't out. The Penguins aren't out.
They're not out.
Mm-mm.
The Rangers are in, and right now I think they're on pace to get the President's Trophy, unfortunately. But the Canes are right behind them. So the Rangers are the best team in the NHL, and I want BMO and you, all three of you, to hear that, and everybody watching, the Rangers are the best team in the NHL.
Look, I'm not hearing anything till your head is shaved.
I'm just saying.
To owe a bet that you lost last year.
I will pay the debt.
If the Penguins don't make it, I'm going to be pulling for the Dallas Stars. They'll be my playoff team.
You're a coward. We don't do that on this show.
What do you mean?
I
want to have a rooting interest for the playoffs.
Root for the Rangers. No, don't root for the Rangers. You're probably going to say.
I will say that the Carolina Hurricanes will redeem everybody's lineup.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I'm waiting for you to say something stupid like the so-and-sos will barely sneak into the playoffs and ultimately wreck.
Yep. It's going to be the Carolina Hurricanes. They're going to be the team that nobody's thinking about, and they should be.
No. They suck.
No, they don't. They have 111 points.
They stink. The Rangers own the Canes. There's no doubt about it.
Okay.
They have.
All right.
Just like they own the Penguins in the playoffs recently.
I really want to root for the Hurricanes, but I still don't know if I can. I still don't know if I can do it.
Why not?
I don't know. I can root for the Stars. I can root for the Stars.
You can shoot for the stars and land among the moon. Wait, shoot for the moon and land among the stars. Whatever.
That sounds like a bad name.
That's the show. Episode 122. We stink. DraftKings is rigged. Tex sabotaged us into oblivion out of a real shot at the Millie. Boilermaker standings. I yet again dominated golf. I don't know who won NASCAR because I didn't enter it.
I didn't enter it either.
So I don't know who won that. So somebody's going to get an easy win. But I have 10. J-Vi has 8. Dylon has 4. Tex has 2. Butch P still has 0 unless he won NASCAR today. So follow us on YouTube. Rumble, the Millie Goats. Twitter, at Millie Goats. Instagram, at the Millie Goats. Website and blog, themilliegoats.godaddysites.com. Subscribe and rate to the show. If you're tuning in late here, we saw the numbers tick up quite a bit. Go back and thank you for watching the show. Or if you want to listen to the audio, check out the podcast. It'll be out tomorrow morning. It drops wherever you may listen to podcasts. Thanks for riding along. We blew it. But we'll be back. I'll tell you that.
Hey.
Anything else?
From 28 yards. Good snap, holds down, and the Mountaineers win in overtime. The field goal is good from Jason Viteris.